Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the Space Marines will face the Drukhari in this overgrown settlement. Let's dive in.
The Dark Kid.
Hello and welcome to the Battle Report. Today, 1,500 points of Drukhari versus 1,500 points of Chaos Space Marines. I lied, it's the Lion and a bunch of Dark Angels. Let's dive into the lists. And here we have 1,500 points of Drukhari. Now, I decided to go for a full real space raid, which means a little bit of everything for reals this time. I decided to take, of course, the Lion was going to show up, so I was like, Archon Skari would not miss this opportunity to fight. He brought his Court of the Archon with him, and check this out, brand new painted, that's right, a Hand of the Archon. I'm just going to use them as Cavalite Warriors, but they are my newly painted squad, and I wanted to show them off. I also brought Rosalia, has come back, and her 10 witches, as well as the Homunculus and his 10 racks. Why? Because it's a little bit of everything. So Mandrakes in the back, and of course, couldn't go on a full real space raid without the man himself, Drazar and his Incubi. I brought a Venom and a Raider for them to go into. I got some Scourge for some shooting, a Kronos, a Ravager, and a unit of Talos. It's 2 Talos in 1 unit. There you have it. 1,500 points on the nose.
All right, this is 1,500 points of Dark Angels, not Chaos. Led, obviously, by Lionel Johnson. Looking great. As well, we have Captain in Terminator armor, Librarian in Terminator armor, Lieutenant with the shield and plasma, and, of course, the Lieutenant with combi weapon, the lone op. He's out there having fun. Moving over to the troops, we have 10 Infernus squad, 10-man Infernus squad, a Ballistus Dreadnought, and then the real vets, because we're playing this as the first company task force. So we have a 5-man Stern Guard vet squad, 2 combis, 2 bolt, 1 heavy bolter. We have a Terminator squad with the classic Power Fist, Storm Bolter, and an assault cannon. And in the back, we have a 5-man Deathwing Terminator squad, 2 claws, 2 Thunderhammer shields, and a sergeant. And that's the list.
Today's mission will be deploy servo skulls. That's right, we're playing football on a search and destroy mission. The Dark Angels won the roll-off, chose to be defenders, so they will be picking their zone. And minefields as well, so running around is dangerous in the jungle. I got this from Luca, but the twist is we're going to add in, for the 10 points, well, technically 9 points for battle ready, we're going to add in 3 other missions, tertiary missions. Slay the Warlord, which will be 4 points at the end of the game. Line Breaker, which is have an enemy unit wholly in your opponent's deployment zone at the end of the game for 3 points. And kill something in the first battle round or first strike for 2 points. For a total of 9 points that we can add on to our score instead of the 10 points for battle ready because our armies look cool already. And today's score is going to be brought to you by the MiniWargamingForge.com. Of course, you can get yourself one of these cool little trackers with primary scoring, secondary scoring, and then this is normally where we put the 10 points for battle ready. So the Space Marines are defending the platform as they try and push servo skulls into the area to flush out the Drukhari, and the Drukhari attacking, trying to push the servo skulls in and drive the Space Marines back to their strike barge. So we'll be back after deployment. And here we are after deployment. Okay, so you decided to deploy first.
Sure did. We are defending.
That's right. So you put your Stern Guard right in the front.
Yep.
And then you decide to put your Ballistas as well, just kind of protecting this large area here. The Lion with his Terminators and Librarian over that way. Assault Terminators with the Infernus Marines just hiding back here, ready to flank around the enemy. I put my Mandrakes back here, hiding. And Talos bullying the middle, as well as the Homunculus with his racks. The big court, Archon Skari, 10 Cavalite Warriors of the court, and then all my gun base back here with the Kronos trying to hide as well, and Drazar, the secondary or tertiary wave of combat. I did put my Succubus with her witches in a Raider and Deep Strike. They're going to come down, probably Rapid Ingress, They'll try and murder some stuff. And then sneakily, you've got your lieutenant back here. Da-da-da. Looking to jump off into that servo skull and get it into the enemy lines. Okay. So with that, you're going tactical. I'm going tactical. Let's roll to see who seizes the initiative in this game. I roll a 1.
Whoop.
You roll a 3. It is Space Marine turn number 1. Cards for the Space Marines. Capture the enemy outpost. They're very eager early in the game. And extend battle lines. Push into the middle of the board.
Yeah, so the general thought is I'm definitely not capturing enemy outposts this turn, so that might be going away for CP at the end of the turn. The sneaky LT, who might be annoying, might be trying to extend the battle lines, and if not, we'll see if the Ballistus needs to earn its pay. Okay, so in the command phase, ended up doing Oath of Moment on the Cabalite squad and the court.
That's right.
The court.
The big court and Cabalites.
And the Lion picked the +1 in melee, just in case something happens to attack them within the next battle round. In movement, we had our sneaky LT move up, stay with outside of 12, and claim the objective there.
He's at home in the jungle.
He loves it. He's chilling.
He's just at home in the jungle.
He likes it because he doesn't have to be with other people. He hangs around.
You also moved your entire army out into the open.
Yep, that's how it works. Like that's what I want to do is I want to check the durability of the Space Marines.
You decide to hide. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have a strat where you can grab the Terminator, essentially put them back into strategic at the end of my fight phase.
Yeah.
So after my turn, you'll pull them off essentially with a command point, and then you'll be able to bring them in, kind of like, and get them involved with a reroll charge somewhere in the fight. So that's going to be interesting.
Yep, absolutely.
Stern Guard did stay still because their weapons are heavy, and Dreadnought stayed still.
Yep.
You didn't want to come tassel in the middle.
No, he's not going to Kool-Aid man in the middle just yet.
Okay. And that is your lieutenant's super objective.
Yep.
So every one of my units within 6 inches of this, no, within 3, right, within scoring range, you get to reroll 1s to wound against them.
Okay, shooting phase. The Stern Guard fired into the Cabalite squad with the court.
That's right.
Trying to take down the king. Did 2 dev wounds, removed 2 guys. Ballistus fired everything it had into the Talos?
Yes, that's right.
That's
and
right.
I did use the -1 to be wounded.
Yep.
So that did save him from one of the crack rockets, and I did take a couple of wounds through
off
the
there.
feel no pain.
But other than that, couldn't fire here because it's not assault, and he advanced up to get the point.
Yep.
And that's it for Space Marines turn 1.
So at the end of the turn, we'll go to scoring. You will score 5 points for extend battle lines. You hold your home and 1 in no man's land. However, now you do control that objective, so you can move it 6 inches in any direction. Don't forget, at the start of the next battle round, or at the end of your next turn, we'll start scoring, and you'll get points depending on how close that is to my deployment zone. And I'll get points to how close objectives are to your deployment zone as well. So we'll get you to move that if you want, and we'll come back. And so here with the scoreboard, I'm assuming you're getting rid of capture enemy outposts.
Absolutely.
So discarded, extend battle line scored. You get 5 points on primary. So secondaries, you get a command point as we move into battle round number 2. Turn 2, or bottom of turn. I get 1 CP, you get 1 CP, so you're up to 2 now. Very fancy. Let's draw my cards. Sneaky Elves decided to get behind enemy lines and deploy teleport homers. I'm going to try and get sneaky right where the Space Marines can try and murder them easier. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Of course, my mandrakes have gone into the sky, and you decide to pull the objective back a little bit to hold it in your grasp to then push it further. Of course, it's smart, good little play there. But that does mean that I'm going to try and... I can't really get to that one because my mandrakes have other things to do, but I can try and push that one into the zone. Anyway, good turn. Let's dive in. Let's go for it. Dark Eldar turn number 1. End of the Drukhari movement phase. Saw the Kronos kind of move around. The Homunculus and the 2 Talos move up into the middle of the board to get into that objective. And then this entire court to stay outside of 9 inches of the lieutenant because I don't want him bouncing around, but got all my guns basically on him. So let's see how he likes a blaster to the face. Dark Lance back here. The Scourge have moved up. They're going to move up and then move back. And then Drazar advanced up with his Venom. He's going to go on a flanking maneuver right over here to go challenge the Flamers. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Let's go into the shooting phase. Before I forget, Mandrakes. They decide to hide right back here. They're just hiding. They're going to press buttons and get me behind enemy lines and deploy teleport homers before they completely get murdered. And that was their use. They're going to just fade back into the shadows like the mandrakes that they are. So my goal is to try to kill the ballistas and hurt the stern guard and try and kill that lieutenant. That's my goal. Although that's going to be tougher because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And he's alone up, so he could be like, whatever. Might make a charge, though, if I don't kill him with shooting. Okay, so with that, let's dive in to the shooting phase. Shooting! Saw! The Dreadnought lift. Armor, Contempt, and Cover means that you're getting a 3-up save against my Dark Lances. So that, and all the damage I did, which was 9 wounds, was definitely a Haywire, which was the thing that was going to do the damage. I just needed 1 Dark Lance to just try and sneak through. Did not. But I did use my Archon's Devious Mastermind ability to make Armor Contempt more expensive for the rest of the game, because it's a battle shock. Other than that, this entire unit shot into Lieutenant, and he passed lots of saves and lots of Philo pains, and he's alive with 1 wound remaining. And so I'm going to try, even though it gets me closer to the line, that's right, we're going to have a battle. It's going to be great. I'm going to try charge in with Archon Skari. Going to do a pain token. I only had 2 left, so that's one of my 2 left. Do I get it back? I do not. I haven't refunded any yet. That's 5 fails. I need a 9-inch charge to get into your Lieutenant. You ready?
Here we go.
Okay, Archon Skari says no, but the pain, he is powered from pain. No, they stay right where they are. So let's go to the scoreboard, and that's no first strike for anyone. End of the fight phase, you are spending 1 command point to put the Terminators into Deep Strike. Well, Strategic Reserve, but then because of Deep Strike, they can just come down, and they are going to come fight. It's going to be great. I love it. This is very exciting. However, the Mandrakes, true to their word, have completed a contract, giving me behind enemy lines to deploy teleport homers. So it's 3 points there. I think it's 3 points. If 2 more units, it's 4. So 3 and 5. So I get 8 points on secondaries there as we move into the next turn. Okay, and there we have it. On to turn number 2. You get a command point, I get a command point. So I go up to 2, and you go up to 1 as we move into battle round 2. So I had pushed this objective forward that way. Let's take a look at your missions. Attempting target and storm hostile objective. So that one you'd have to take my home objective, because it's the only objective I currently hold. An attempting target, I get to choose that. I want you to try and hold this objective.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Why not?
Just Deep Strike your Terminators here.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about them. They can be all the way on this side of the table again. So with that, we're on to your moon phase. Well, what's your general plan here?
General plans, I'm just going to do some measuring over here with the line, the Terminators, and see how this shakes out. We might be thinking an extremist level threat on the Archon.
I'm just trying to nuke him with everything. What did he ever do to you other than reputation?
That's right. The lion has to, 10,000 years, you got to rebuild your name a little bit.
There you go. So he goes after Archon Skari. I love it. Okay, so let's go into the turn. End of your movement phase. Very exciting. You debated a few things.
Yeah, so I debated, playing the mission, moving the football up, and then going over here. Or I debated having a fight with Archon Skari.
And I feel you went for the fun option.
Yep.
I decided to rapid ingress the Witches and the Succubus here with their Raider to make sure that they can come in and fight some Stern Guard next turn. Essentially, the plan is to jump out, go charge the Stern Guard, and then touch the flame guys, so that when they fall back, they have to take desperate breakout tests, and I might just kill a bunch from that. So that's the plan. But over here, this is going to be exciting. You got a whole Terminator unit, assault Terminators, just looking at trying to murder the court, because somehow they have you just want to take my fun toy away, my brand new painted models. You want to remove them from the table. How dare you?
That's it. It is what it is.
Awesome. Okay, so with that, on to the shooting phase, and then we'll come back. The shooting phase was quite effective with the Dreadnought doing 2 damage. However, you did absolutely murder my court. Killed all the Cabalites, killed half the court. Archon Skari, the Lamian, and the Urgle look on as the Terminators prepare to charge. Okay, they need a 9 to get in with a reroll. Let's roll it on camera. Let's see what they get. And, that's an 8. Free reroll. Does Archon Skari survive?
Captain, my captain.
Oh, yes! Yes! He lives for 1 more turn. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna come charge you. You know what? That's just how that's gonna be.
That's how the death
gonna be
wave
a fun
rolls.
time,
We're
yeah.
stubborn. We just stand there.
That's
and wait for
right.
it.
So with that, let's dive into your. You get to move the objectives. Now you get to score the objectives at the end of the turn by moving this basically 6 inches. You'll be wholly within 12 of my deployment zone because it's like a really small deployment zone. So you will get points for that, and then you might be able to do it with that one. However, I control this one, so I get to punt it
That
forward as much as I want as well to make sure that next turn I get to score it in your deployment zone. Okay. And we'll be back, and we'll go to the scoreboard. So you're going to diss attempting target to get yourself a second command point, and you currently have Storm Hostile. You're going to keep it, you're going to get rid of it.
I am going to keep it because I think you're going to take one and I'm going to take it back.
Okay, so with that, we go into my turn, and then you go up to 3 command points, and I will go up to 1 command point, and we'll see how many points you score for a Primarch. So you move this one forward, wholly within 12 of my deployment zone. This one forward, wholly within 12 of my deployment zone. So you get 2 points for each. 4 points on primary. Huzzah, he says. Okay, let's see my cards. So extend battle lines and engage on all fronts on my cards. I did put my Mandrakes back in the sky, but I have to try and hold 1 in no man's land and 1 in my deployment zone like you did in turn 1, and engage on all fronts, be everywhere. So my Mandrakes are up in the sky. They'll be able to come back down and get that. Archon Skari owes you a battle shock test. He is not battle shocked, so he'll be able to hopefully get that to put that side over there. And then, and then we'll just get some points. So let's go to move. I'm going to try finally kill that Ballista's Dreadnought, get stuck in with the witches, get Drazar in this way, and then Archon Skari, he's going to go with a glorious charge. That's just how that's going to go. I love it. Just as I finish my movement phase with these wonderful birdies being very brave and standing on top of this hill again. Oh, sorry, not this hill, this building. And then gonna fly up and down this building and hold my home objective for the whole game. Drazar just moved his venom like this way to get some poison cannon shots into those Terminators. This kind of stayed still. This moved up to hold this objective. The witches have moved up to go and murder some Stern Guard. I'm going to try kill the Ballista's Dreadnought. This guy's moved around to create pain. They've all moved up to try and help with the Terminators over here. Archon Skari is not looking down from a fight and sees a captain and says, I'll take you all on. I will never fail a 4-up invulnerable. I'll never fail a Shadow Field, so I'm invincible. Okay, so with that, let's go into the shooting phase. But my extend battle lines will be already because of that. And then engage on all fronts. My Mandrakes are basically going essentially to the same spot they were because it's nice and safe. Okay. Ah, yes, the Ballista's dead. La, 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 la. Yeah, a second round of Haywire definitely killed that Ballistas. He was dead.
Sure did.
Did the Dark Lance, killed 1 guy. Everything else shot and didn't really do much on this side. However, in this side, I was able to kill 4 of the Terminators with all my Dark Lances, the Ossifactors, the Hex Rifles, even put 3 damage on the Terminator Captain. And Archon Skari is going to run in and try charge and murder everybody. Murder! Okay, so I've got 2 command points remaining, and I have 1 command point remaining, 2 pain tokens remaining. So I don't really need a pain token to get into charge here, because that vertical distance is easy to get to. I do need a pain token on Archon Skari, but I want to pain token him. No, I'm just gonna straight up roll it because I need to. If he fails it, he can hold that objective. So he either makes it or he holds the objective. I'm not gonna waste a resource for that. Okay, so Archon Skari is gonna try jump in to the Terminator Captain. 5, is he within 6? I think he might just be.
Oh yeah,
excellent.
Yep.
We're gonna fight. The witches are gonna jump into the Stern Guard. They definitely go. They can go up and around and behind and all that stuff will go up there. And then the Talos. The Talos, I think I'm just going to sit there because I want to hold that objective and kind of punt it that way. I definitely don't want them to get off the objective because I need to get it away from my deployment zone so that it's harder for you to score. Okay, let's do some charges. Okay, so charges, they're going to charge in and then with some pylons should be able to target them if they kill. If he survives though, I will not be able to tag the flamers. So hopefully he doesn't. I put my 2 pain tokens, 1 on Skari, 1 on the witches. Let's see what they do. Okay, so there's a stratagem you can use at the end of the charge phase, or as soon as I do a charge where you can do -1 damage to your units. You decided not to use it.
Yep.
However, I'm going to now activate Archon Skari. He's going to pile in. I will use the stratagem for epic challenge as he tries to single out your captain. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we do here. Okay, Archon Skari. Let's just start with him. Okay, 5 attacks hitting on 2s. Okay, 1 lethal hit thanks to the Lamian still in the unit, and they are empowered. Oh no.
Here we go.
And then wounding on 3s for anti-infantry 3+, but he is still leading a unit, so rerolls. So that'd be 4 saves. I'm putting them all on your captain.
The captain stares at Archon Skari and goes,
Oh, that's 3. That's 3 fails.
he's dead.
Yeah, I got him. Whee! So technically, so 1, 2. So these 2 would kill the captain, and then that would go to the Terminator.
Yep.
So the Terminator's down to 1 wound
Yep.
remaining as Archon Skari cuts him down. Yeah. End of the fight phase. I was able to kill the last Terminator with the Lamian, and over here you interrupted, killed 3 witches, and then I failed to wound a lot and did not kill the Stern Guard, which means I'm unable to tie up the Flamers of Death, which is not a good thing.
Flamer's gonna flame.
My witches are so dead. So let's go into the scoreboard. I'm going to score extend battle lines and engage on all fronts, and then I can push this objective that way, and then this objective that way. So I should be able to get wholly within 6 inches of your deployment zone there, and I think I'll see what the measurement is there, but I think it's just wholly within 12, not within 6, which then means I'll get, I think it's 5 points for that and 2 points for that. And your RCP is going to go to make those Terminators go up in the sky.
Up we go to
give
the
you some
turn.
more versatility with missions and stuff as well. Okay, awesome. So the deployment zone is actually that corner there. So I will get 5 points for that one and 5 points for that one, because they're wholly within 6 of the enemy deployment zone. So 10 points on primary. Let's go to scoreboard. So you will spend your command point there. I will get extend, and so 5 and 5. So that's 10 points on secondaries. And I will get 10 points on primaries as well as you start the scoring. And I haven't killed your warlord. You haven't killed my warlord. So none of the tertiaries yet. You still have storm hostile objective. And you go on to turn number 3, where you get a command point. I get a command point. And you draw 1 additional card, which will be...
Overwhelming force.
Okay, kill units that are scoring objectives. So that raider right now is worth a lot of points for you, essentially. Okay, I like it. So in terms of storm hostile objective, that one is within 3 of the Talos. This one's within 3, so you can do either of those for storm hostile. And overwhelming force, you got the raider and the Talos as the units that you can kill within range of objectives, or the Scourge, because they're hiding back here. So with that, what's your thought process here?
So thought process, I have to storm hostile and overwhelming force, that kind of plays into it, and I need to start pushing the football back. So it actually is going to be a good turn of trying to swing the game back in our favor. We have the Terminators up in the sky in the Teleportarium, so there is flexibility now to kind of see which way I want to go. We do have the monster that is lying back here, so there is actually a unit back here to do something. Flamers are able to flame now, and we're going to kind of give it a quick think and come back.
I love it. End of the movement phase, and you decide to use your once per game Super Oath.
Super Oath, the Raider, is an extremis level threat. It must be dealt with.
Must be killed.
Yeah.
So reroll hits and wounds against that for this battle round.
Correct.
You're going to try and make another charge here. Nice. And then over here, you desperate break out the Stern Guard from the witches, and none of them died. And then all the Flamers are now in prime spot to murder all the witches.
Yep, they're going to murderate.
And then the Lions decide to come up to the objective to either punt the objective or charge or both. We'll see what he does. But he's definitely angry. And he's decided to use the...
All secrets revealed.
That one. So command points around him become less reliable. I like it. Okay, shooting phase. Bye-bye, witches. Say bye-bye. Leave an F in chat for the witches, please. Not going to say anything.
Okay.
they're all dead.
They're gone.
They got absolutely murdered. Okay, over here, though, very funny, because you did 4 damage with your Librarian. Then you did 5 damage with your Storm Bolters, leaving it with 1 wound remaining. So you didn't want to kill it with your Assault Cannon, so you re-rolled with Oath all your successful hits, got 1 hit that turned into a wound, and then re-rolled it with your Extremis threat to fail to wound, to leave it with 1 wound remaining. Now, the reason he's doing this, folks, is so he can charge in and steal an objective from me as well as kill something. So he's going for the big amount of points here because that's 8 points instead of just 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So that's that. So he needs to go for that charge, or else he's going to lag really behind in points.
Yeah. The librarian said, "Too extreme. Too
Yeah,
extreme."
too extreme. I love it. Okay, so with that, we have some charges. Let's roll that one. I guess that's the
here we
important one.
go.
You do have one command point
Yeah,
left.
it's waiting just.
Okay, this is the
There you
big.
go.
This is the gamble here. Does it happen?
Yeah,
Oh, it happened
there
with
it
a 10. No, it's so dead. Okay, so we'll come back up to the 5 phase. The lion also made a charge, 9-inch, using his
10,
CP reroll to get in to fight the
12,
Rax and the Homunculus.
16.
And he's doing his sweep attacks. 16 attacks at 2 damage each and strength
6.
6. Okay.
Sustain his 1.
Nice. So hitting on 2s. Ooh, look at that. Added
And
2
1,
dice
2,
on top of
3.
his rolls. So hit 18 times. What? He is upset. He is angry that I killed his captain. He does not take that lightly at all. In comes the lion. 3s to wound. Decent. So it's 3. So 15 wounds. Oh my gosh. I made a couple of decent field no pains, which meant my Homunculus lived with 3 wounds left.
Yep.
But he killed the whole squad.
He sure did.
Okay. Awesome. Do you want to pile in and get away from the objective?
I think I'm going to stay on it. So I can.
How dare you?
Yep.
How dare you think about points?
Whoa!
End of the fight phase, you did. Oh, wow. You killed the 1 wounded raider.
It was so extreme.
Outrageous. You literally overkilled it. You did like 20 damage to it with your power fists. Now you get to move the objectives.
Yep.
So that one I hold. So I will be able to move that. Actually, yeah, no, I hold that one with my Talus because they were in range. So I'll be able to move that one. You move this one, so you're able to move it and get it now wholly within 6, right? So you will be able to get 5 points for that one. And then that one might be able to get wholly within 12. We'll do the measurements there. But at least you're getting it away from your deployment zone as well. So I move this objective this way to be in range of the Homunculus. You move this way, wholly within 6 of me, and that one is not. Okay. Actually, that might... let me measure that. That might actually score you points, depending on where it is, but we'll see. You actually also score that one, because that's where my deployment zone is.
Yeah.
So this middle one's going to score points for both of us, like pretty much all the time, which is great. So you will get 5 and another 7. Okay, another 2. That's 7 points. And here we are at the scoreboard. You get 7 more points, bringing you up to 11 total when it comes to the primary. Nice, getting those points up, keeping the footballs fun. You will get 5 points for Storm Hostile Objective and 3 points for Overwhelming Force. That's 8 points, bringing you up to 13 points as the lion gets stuck in. And there we have it. On my turn, I will get a command point and go up to 2. You will get a command point and go up to 1. Let's see what my cards are. Storm Hostile, Overwhelming Force, kill things on objectives, and take an objective away from you. So try and get the Terminators and the Terminators near that objective, and that's one I can take, or the lion, or both, or let's see what we can do there. Well, 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 Dark Angels, we meet again. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And they all burst into song. I get a pain token thanks to Archon Skari, the Art of Pain. He owes you a battle shock. He doesn't, because he's now basically a lone up. Archon Skari is battle shocked. Oh no. Okay. We'll come back. We'll see what happens. Drazar and his friends are going to get out. They have Terminators to go target, and then they have Sternguard to finally kill, and potentially some Liquefire gun guys. Okay. This is a fun game. This has been fun so far. We've been kicking the butt out of each other. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite part of the game is. F in chat for the witches. And of course, if you haven't already, click a thumbs up or a sub to the channel. Would appreciate it. Okay, into the moon phase. Homunculus stayed still. Talus stayed still because they didn't want to get overwatched by a million flamers. The lion is out in the open, is not supported. He's not alone up right now. He does have fights first. Archon Skari is going to go in for the kill. The Mandrakes decided to deep strike here to get some devastating wounds on him. I've got the Lances trying to get through his 3-up invul save. We'll see what happens. And then Drazar and his Incubi have moved up, ready to charge into here. They can make me -1 damage, which would make them literally hit like a wet noodle, but that's okay. And then a Venom has moved up to potentially shoot them, soften them up a little bit, make the charge longer. just to make Drazar stretch his legs. Okay. Let's do some shooting. Okay, I love this. Let's start with things that don't have a choice. But I do have 4 pain tokens now in the pool. So I got one when you killed my Rax. And now everybody is within 9 inches of this Kronos. So I'm going to try and give as many pain tokens as I can. End of the shooting phase. Well, I put him down to 4 wounds. And I was like, I'm not going to grenade him because I'm going to potentially tank shock him because that's less. But I just need to get him down to like 2 wounds. So the Archon Skari has to do 1 wound. Because I would definitely want to fight this in combat, see what happens. He has fights first. He's really nasty. So I want to try and like stab him. This is really fun. I did put 2 damage on 1 Terminator. I killed the Stern Guard and killed 1 of the Flamer Marines. But with that, let's dive into the charge phase. I do have a couple of pain tokens for some charge mechanics. So pain token for sure going on Drazar's squad. They're permanently pain token. I'm going to put a pain token on this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep 2. 1 for that one, 1 for the Archon in combat. Okay, so let's do some charges. Archon Skari. Drazar says he's gonna come fight. I like it. Right. End of the charge phase. I charged in. You did use legendary toughness on them, so they're -1 damage against my attacks. And then the Venom charged in. Tank shock did 2 mortal wounds there. And then over here, the Kronos and Archon Skari have charged the Lion himself. However, the Lion does have fights first, and he's just going to swing. He's going to swing, going to town. So he's going to do 4 attacks on the Kronos, 4 attacks on Archon Skari's court. Because he's a legendary monster of hunters. Hunter monster. Monster hunter.
On the Kronos.
Okay. Hitting on 2s. Whoops. Okay. Toughness 7 on the Kronos.
Strength 12.
Great. So 3s to win the Kronos.
2 at -4.
Okay. 6 up invul. Nope.
4 damage.
Go through.
4 damage apiece.
Ooh, 8 damage on the Kronos. 5 up, feel no pains. And the Kronos takes 5 damage. Has 2 remaining.
Skari and friends. Here we go.
Skari and friends. Ooh, 3 hits. Okay. Oh, pain token, by the way, goes on Skari and that I forgot. We got excited there. Start of the fight phase. 2. Do I get the Skari one back? I do. Excellent. Okay. So 2 into, that means you're not going to be able to hit Skari. It'll just go into his court. I'm going to, of course, do the Urgle first. The little puppy getting in the way. 5 up invul. 5 up invul. No, puppy goes down, taking a hit. Ah.
Oh no, he just John Wicked it.
Oh no, you just pissed him off. How dare you kill his pet. He's going to come get you and everybody you love. Okay, Archon Skari and the Lion. We'll come back to that. I'm going to go do this fight first, and then we'll show this one. Okay, so over here, I did the Vicious Execution with Drazar. The Librarian lived with 1 wound.
Yep. He's fortified.
He was very fortified. I did kill a couple of the Terminators with the Incubi, and so he still has 2 left, and a Librarian with 1 wound left. Okay, and then we're going to go into Archon Skari's fight. We're going to do the Kronos first, because it does nothing really. 4s to hit with the Kronos. Ooh, very nice. 5s to wound with the Kronos. 1 at 0 AP.
2 up.
Yep.
We're good.
Okay.
And mortal wound back.
Oh, he bounces mortals?
Yeah, on his shield.
Awesome. For every...
yeah, 1 mortal wound back.
Oh, that's funny. And he's okay. Is that like on a successful save, or is that on
6?
a 6?
I saved 6.
Amazing.
It's the shield. It's the Emperor's shield.
No. Leave me alone. What did I do? So -1 to wound you. Okay, so that didn't matter there. It basically means that I wounded you on a 6 anyway. So that's fine.
So that's fine. Like I said,
Didn't change
court. Anything, but now
the Lamian Shiameshi Blade, 4 attacks hitting on 3s. I'm going to re-roll them because they are lethal, so I'm going to just try looking for 6s. Nope. And then needing 6s. And the Archon. Nope. And then we're going to do Archon Skari himself. And he's going to just re-roll them all, looking for 6s here. 1 lethal so far. And then 6s again. Oh, nicely done. He is angry. That's 3 at AP 2. 2 damage each. No command points in the bank.
3 ups.
Oh, no. He bounced back. No, leave me alone. The Lamian jumps in the way, takes the mortal for Archon Skari. Oh, no, that was so... we're going to fight again. That's great. Next turn. No, and now the Talos, and we'll come back off to the fight. And that is the end of the fight phase. The Talos went in and killed 7... You failed every armor save save against the gauntlets, and just cleave that unit.
Yep.
I did not expect that at all. That was the thing I didn't expect. Over here, you killed a incubi back, and you put a wound on another. It made a couple of saves there, and then of course that combat which you saw. So at the end of the turn, I do hold that objective, and this objective, and this objective. So I'm going to push the footballs forward, get them out of my zone. I actually really like this mission with table quarters a lot more than any other mission type I've played with the footballs. So, okay, we'll come back with scoring. So I pushed this objective back that way. I punted one directly into your deployment zone, and then I moved that one over this way to get within 12 of your deployment zone as well. But you will score some points for it too, because it stays close to mine. But I'm trying to shift them into your deployment zone. Let's go to the scoreboard. I only used one command point last turn. I did get nothing for overwhelming force, so I will be getting rid of that for a command point. Didn't kill anything on an objective. I tried. I tried.
Do your best.
I did storm hostile objective, however, for 5 points, bringing it up to 23 secondary points there. So that's not bad. And as we go into the end of the turn, I get 18 primary points, 28 primary. Just the servo skulls getting right into position and really starting. Really starting to score up high there. No, 28. Yeah, 28. Because they're fun. Oh, I'll figure out. I'll get there eventually. On to that, we go into turn number 4. I get a command point, go up to 3. You get a command point, and you go up to 1. And your cards shall be behind enemy lines.
Ruh-roh.
And defend your stronghold against the Talos.
Yeah.
They're coming to get it. That's always a CP too. So the space marine forces are dwindling. However, the lion stands strong. Him alone against the darkness. I like it. Yeah,
pretty much.
What are you going to do here? You're going to murder?
I think there might be some murdering happening over here.
Yep.
There might be some cowardice and strategicness over here, and we're just going to see what happens there.
I like it. You do owe me a couple of battle shock tests on not them, on them
here.
and on him, but he's a -1 because of the homunculus nearby.
We'll do the lion first.
Okay.
Does he know fear?
He does not know fear, not even close.
Does the Infernus know fear?
Do they know fear? Ooh, they do. That does give me a pain token because the Talos shock assault apparently too much for them to handle.
Yep.
Let's go into the. Oh, they're fine. There was 6 in the unit because of the
That's
library.
true. Yep.
Okay, on to the turn. Well, the lion just shot his plasma pistol at my Kronos and killed it. And then you fell back over here, and I overwatched you, did a wound, and then you did 3 wounds to yourself. Because you're a lieutenant and you can fall back shoot charge with them or whatever. You shot and killed one of the Talos, and then you oathed Drazar and his incubi to try and kill them. But I get to fight you first. So with that, though, you get to fight me first over here.
That's right. Skari!
That makes me very sad.
Skari!
At least turn to face me, coward. Turn to face me. Cinematically turn to face me. There we go. Picture time. Okay, here we go. So 16 attacks, 2s to hit, 2s to wound, and a bunch of stuffs. Okay. A couple of ones. Maybe he's a little nervous fighting Skari, the glorious Skari. Only 14 hits. Oh, baby. 2s to wound. Oh, let's go. Skari survive. Okay, couple of misses in there. That's 10. That's 10. 12. Okay, 12. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Lamian steps in the way first. Okay, 5 upfield involved. No, she's dead. She's very, very dead. Okay, Shadowfields. This is something you wanted to see.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay, Shadowfield save. Invulnerable. No! Classic.
You called it.
I did. I told you early in the game. No. Boo.
Boo.
Well, Skari. Well. Bested by the lion.
I'll get you and your little dog too.
No.
Man.
All gloves are off now, lion. All gloves are off now. Okay, so Drazar ended up using a pain token, using 1 CP for epic challenge, and actually just killed everyone with his demi-claves. At the end of the fight phase, they're going to hop into this venom because they are very fancy and the venom lets them hop back in now that they've killed their quarry, and they're going to be moving to the lion. Okay, if the Scourge don't finish them off quickly. So let's go to the scoreboard. Well, you get to punt this objective, which will give you primary.
Straight in.
And then that one and that one are not scored by anybody, so they stay exactly where they are. Excellent. So you'll get 5 points on primary. Scoreboard. You didn't get behind any lines, and you can't defend your stronghold because they're battle shocked. So what do you want? Do you want to get rid of both of them?
Yeah, we'll get rid of both.
And you do get a command point because of that. So you can't get an additional one with the lion. You do get my warlord kill. 4 points.
Oh, yeah. The moral victory. That's what we're here for.
And then 5 points over here. That's 6 points for primary. So with that, let's go into my turn. I get a command point. And you get a command point. Yeah, but you have went first. Okay, perfect. Tempting target, no prisoners. Kill things and tempting target, no prisoners. Seems all right. You killed Skari. I murder everyone. Tempting target, there are only 2 objectives in No Man's Land now. So tempting target, that one?
Yeah. Okay,
so that one's the tempting target. That one is that. And let's dive in to my turn 4. Well, now we're not going to play fair, Lion. So Mandrix came back down there. Grenade stratagem, potential tank shock, Dark Lances, Talos. Let's just try and get rid of all these Space Marines. And after the shooting phase, I did shoot this venom at both of them and nuked them. Died. And then, after the last shots of the game, literally the last shot, was able to find a gun. Even with a grenade and everything, still had to shoot Dark Lances at him. And finally got him. So with that, it is a Drukhari victory. But let's go. Open handshake. Oh, actually, it's not a left-handed handshake. Thanks all for the game. That was really fun.
It was awesome.
Let's go to postgame. And that is game. Thank you so much for coming out.
That was awesome. Thanks for having me.
That was so fun. I hope you enjoyed the battle report. What was your favorite part of the game?
Oh, there's a few. I mean, not extremis was pretty good.
Rerolling successes. To
Rerolling
make sure
successes.
You didn't kill your oath target.
Exactly. That's why they designed this detachment, is to reroll successes. And obviously the lion Skari. Shadow.
Skari didn't even put up a fight. He went out, he killed your captain. It was so heroic. And then as soon as the lion showed up, he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
He got his battle shocked and he was like, I'm done.
He's like, you guys got this. I'm out of here.
So that was really fun. I really like Drazar, actually. He surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the hate that Drazar gets online, he actually did okay.
I mean, as soon as I lost the ability to take the -1 damage because it wasn't on a charge, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean,
He went in and they did work. It was actually not bad. Other than that, your flamer guys were terrifying. However, they killed the witches, and then the Talos just destroyed them. So that was a little
blended them.
Well, thanks all for coming down. This was really fun.
Yeah. Again,
I hope you guys enjoyed the little warlord, line breaker, that sort of thing that we added in. Let me know if you like that. I will put that in. Huge shout out to all the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. So if you want to come play with me, make sure you send me a message and we'll schedule in. I'm scheduling in the end of January, early February now. So make sure you hop in on Mondays. You can come and play a game at the studio. Yeah! Thanks all for coming down. That was really fun.
Thank you. It was awesome.
The Dark Kin! Bye, everybody.